So, welcome to my channel. This is part 2 of my IFIC video series. This In this video, we will be talking about my exam strategy, the number of chapters which I did, the number of questions which there are in the examination, the duration, what all topics are important, what all topics are not important, and my exam day. How did my examination go? How did the proctor manage my examination? And what does the examination demand? What kind of preparation do you need to clear the examination? This is part 2 of the series. Part 1, we covered about Canadian Securities Institute owned by Moody's Corporation, why the difference between IFIC and CSC, Canadian Securities Course, and why did I choose IFIC for the course, and the future prospects of IFIC. So, coming back to the video, my exam strategy. So, the moment I booked the examination, I got the course material, and to say it was more than enough. It was a good amount of course material, somewhere around 400 pages, four and a half hundred pages, and the examination is basically a 3-hour examination, which comprises of 100 questions. 60% passing marks, so you need 60 questions correct, and there are no negative marking in it. There are 18 chapters. So I did a little bit of maths in my head. If you need 60% of the examination, you can prepare for 80 or maybe 90% of the course. For example, if you prepare for 80% of the course, that still gives you a leeway of 33%. You have prepared over the course material for 33%. So my basic strategy was to not fully complete the course and leave the difficult topics. And for me, those difficult topics were topic 9, understanding financial statements, and chapter 13, alternate products. Chapter 13 is approximately 3%. 3 questions come from the examination from the alternate chapter 13. And from chapter 9, it is worth around 6% approximately. But I was able to do chapter 9, which was understanding financial statement, during the end of the 1 or 2 days. I just briefly went through the chapter and it was quite easy. So one important thing that I would say is that you do not have to prepare for 100%. The examination still gives you a bit of flexibility about your financial background as well as your financial knowledge. So, one more thing that I would like to say is that to cover the whole course material, it takes approximately 1 week to 1 month, depending on the kind of dedication that you can provide and the time that you can provide. But it is not more than it's not more than a month. Even if you go through the whole course for almost 2 hours a day, it is sufficient to do it within a month. You can get the examination cleared within a month. So, my next section will be my exam day. So, how did my examination day? I booked my examination through the remote proctored process. I already watched the tutorial videos. The link is in the description. You can also go and see the videos over there. They are very well described. You will get 2 options. Firstly is while you are inside their module, you will be able to see the tutorial videos, as well as the link is in the description, and their own website. So you can go watch a video. There are flags. You can right click on the mouse and there will be a strike on the option. There are multiple things that you can do. It has a very good feature base in the examination, and you will be able to go through the whole module quite easily. It's quite easily understandable, and it wasn't a big issue. I booked my examination for 8:30 in the evening because my basic strategy was that I could prepare for the whole day, revise twice, maybe thrice the whole course, and then give the examination at 8:30 when my brain is fully engrossed in the course material. The examination was for 3 hours. You need to start with the examination and open the software in your laptop half an hour prior to the examination. If I booked the examination at 8:30, I opened my laptop went through the whole tutorial instructions video. By 8:15 I was ready. You can till 8:15 you are still able to study. You can open your book, you can go through your course material, anything and everything, any kinds of cards that you have, flashcards, you can always go through them till the time you click on start the examination. The moment you click on the examination, you are connected with the proctor. Okay, I must say one thing, that the examination partner, the people who are conducting the proctor are very professional. They are very nice at what they do and were able to help me throughout the whole process. The moment I logged in, they took a photo of me. They checked my IDs. They took a photo. I had to empty my pockets. They took a scan of the full room. They asked me basic questions, that if there are any, if there is any person inside the room or not. If is your course material nearby? Where is your phone? Basic things. They checked under the table. They asked me to take the camera under the table and under the chair also. Mobiles were checked, course material were checked, photos were taken. The one more thing that was very important was that as per instructions, we were told that only 3 things were allowed on the table. That is the calculator, which is non-programmable, the laptop on which you are giving the examination, and a whiteboard. A whiteboard with a marker as well as something to erase the writing. But I did not have a whiteboard, so that was quite fine. You get a digital board over there itself. You can write down any kind of formulas that you need, or anything kind of, or any kind of values you want. You can write it over there. Okay, so the whole process took somewhere around 15 to 20 minutes. I started the examination approximately 8:35, maybe 8:40 p.m. The examination is 100 questions, 180 minutes. So I started off with the examination, and my first round of examination, I went through all of the questions. There is no negative marking, so you can click any kind of option that you think is correct, and you can mark it as a flag. There is a small option of a flag that comes on the screen. You can mark the difficult questions as important flags. So I had somewhere around 15 to 20 flags on my first try. I started at 8:40. By 10 p.m. I was able to go through the whole examination once. So after that, it took me around 15 minutes to go through the flagged questions, the questions which I was not thorough with or I did not know the answer of. I went through the questions, jotted down all of the answers to them, and I picked the best option. There is no negative marking, so no issues about it. You can pick any answer you need. After that, after finishing it, I went through the whole course again. After 10:15 till 11 o'clock, I went through the whole 100 questions. I read all of the questions. I read the option that suits best, the option that I have marked. And I submitted my examination by 11 p.m. It was a very smooth examination. There were no issues. The software worked perfectly. The proctor was very attentive. There is a chat box that you have that if any issue arises, any issues that you have, you can write it at the chat box and they'll be able to help you. At 11 p.m. I submitted my examination, and you get the exam results over there itself if you have passed or failed. You don't get the marks, but you get a pass or fail grade. So at 11 p.m. I submitted my examination and I passed the examination. It was a very nice feeling, and it was something which was well achieved. So my next section, I just want to discuss about what the exam demands, what the examination asks from you. So there was one thing which I thought the examination was more about, but it was not. The examination is not about mugging. You cannot learn something. I was more focused upon, for example, the number of biases. There are cognitive biases, there are emotional biases, there are 4 types of cognitive biases, there are 4 types of emotional biases. But they do not ask if there are 4, maybe 5. They don't ask them. What they ask is your basic understanding of those biases. You need to understand the course material. Understanding is more important than just jotting it down. Make sure that your concepts are very clear when you're going through the exam material. Make sure that you do not skip any section. Yes, if any chapter you have decided to not go through after reading it, that's perfectly fine. But the easy chapters you can obviously learn and understand. The moment you've understood a concept, that is the time when you can move on to the next point. One more thing that I felt was that there is ample time in the examination. It is not a, it, it is not an examination which tests your speed. It tests your ability to think. It tests your ability to counter question. My third advice would be read the course material cover to cover. The course material provided by CSI for IFIC examination as well as CSC examination is sufficient. The book language is only what is going to be asked in the examination. So make sure that you know all of the phrases as well as the bookish language, because that will be more important. You will be referring to different videos as well as course materials, but make sure that you have tallied them with the book itself, because the questions will be asked via book. My next advice would be you need to get 60% marks. You don't have to fight with the examination. You don't need to be a perfectionist with this examination. You need to give 60% of the examination, and that should be your strategy. You prepare for 80% or 90%. There are 18 chapters. If you prepare for 15 of the chapters, that approximately gets you somewhere around 80 to 85%. So just make sure that you choose your chapters correctly and make sure that those chapters are well understood, so that you can make sure that the questions that you are attempting is perfectly right. Yes, there are tricky questions, and make sure that your understanding of every concept is good. So the chapters which you are leaving, just make sure that just go through them once and choose them wisely. One more advice that I would have for people who are going for IFIC is that after every single section, they have a set of questions which you can attempt on their module, within their module. So use them wisely, because they are the same set of questions that they have, and I did attempt them once or twice, but I quickly just recognized that they were the same set of questions, and there were no they did not have any separate questionnaires for separate examinations. So please make sure that you use those questions very judiciously. So this was my take on investment funds in Canada examination. In the first part, I discussed a little bit about CSI, differences between IFC, CSC, why I chose IFC examination, future prospects. In this video, part 2, I discussed about my exam strategy, the examination day, and what the examination wants from you. There are 3 links in the description. The first is the course link, which is provided by CSI. Number 2 is the training module, the examination link for the sample exam. You can see the video in that. You can see the video of the examination in that link. And number 3 is my study strategy, the exam strategy which I took to clear the examination. So best of luck, and just go for the examination. It's a very good examination. It's very doable, and you can do it. Thank you.